Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I'm your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. How we doing tonight, Joel?
Well, it's a Friday, so pretty good. I got the weekend coming up full of college football tomorrow, NFL Sunday, and you know what? I'm currently watching the Dodgers play the Yankees here in the World Series. Yeah,
why?
Yeah. What do you mean why? It's the World Series. I usually check it out. And
all right, okay.
But yeah, it's funny because I don't know who plays for which team, whatever. But I'm actually recognizing a lot of the names that are playing here, so it shows you the quality of the teams, that they're just full of premium talent. Yeah, pretty good game so far. I mean, not high scoring, but some great pitching, some great defensive plays, and yeah, it looks like the Dodgers just got off the field. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Looking forward to UNLV Boise State tonight. That'll be likely a preview of the Mountain West final in college football. Hopefully, Boise gets the job done. Yeah, it's gonna be a good night over here and a great fucking weekend.
Yeah, I just didn't realize you watched baseball at all. But yeah, I mean, this is the two top teams, two most highest payrolls: Judge, Soto, Cole, Ohtani, Betts, Freeman. There's other guys I forget. Stanton, he's kind of washed up, but he's still good. Yeah, so all the best guys there. So finally got two of the Titans going head to head, but not my Phillies. But Dodgers were the favorite, I think, anyway.
I threw $25 on the Yankees tonight. We'll see, just for fun.
Yeah. All right. Top of the show here. Make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. And also on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe there as well. It all helps the show grow. And get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. Follow on Twitter at HockeySGPN. And if you're looking to help out with the show, on air, social, producing, anything behind the scenes, hit me up on Twitter at rgilbertsop. Reach out to the Hockey Gambling Podcast Twitter account or email us at hockeygamblingpodcast@gmail.com. We do have a few interested people now, so hoping to possibly get them on these coming weeks as guests to see how they go. So looking forward to get another voice so Joel and I don't have to talk too much during these podcasts here. Get another voice in here. So looking forward to that. Of course, make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and review on Spotify. Only you can prevent corporate gambling from taking over. All right, let's go into our picks from the Thursday night slate that we talked about on Wednesday evening. I did not do too well. I went 3-3, down 20.37 bucks. Joel, though, 5-1. Only loss was the Sharks, which he put on there for Sharky. So you might need to get those 10 bucks back from Sharky. Either way, plus 98.87 bucks. So I'll let you go first here.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you know what? The Sharks actually came through for me because the salami was 54.5. We were sitting at 54 forever, and it was 3-1 in the third period, and it was 3-1 with like 40 seconds left.
I'm aware.
In the third period. Yeah. You'll let us know later on. And then the Sharks scored the 3-2 goal. So I was celebrating that. So Shark can keep his 10 bucks. I'm okay with the salami hitting. But yeah, the Stars, they dominated the Bruins pretty much start to finish. Bruins had a bit of a comeback when Montgomery is laying into his team again, something we'll talk about later. The Wild are a wagon. They continue to win. I don't think they've lost in regulation yet. They beat the Tampa Bay Lightning pretty comfortably. Well, it's 3-1, but still, it was. I don't think this one was ever in doubt. Panthers, or no, wait, was it? Or it was 4-2. Panthers beat the Rangers 3-1, and then I also had this here plus 130. Yeah, they beat the Rangers. I didn't have eyes on this game at all. I have no idea what happened, but yeah, good for them. Colorado Avalanche. This one I watched quite a bit of. Shout out to Ivan, the first guy to score in the NHL with the same first and last name. And the color commentator called it on the Avs broadcast. He's like, he's Ivan's on the first power play. Watch him score his first NHL goal here. And sure enough, he put it in the back of the net. Avalanche dominated the Utah Coyotes, who have struggled to provide any kind of offense. So even Annunen almost got a shutout. We would not have been thinking that the Avalanche would be shutting a team out in third period about a week ago, but here we are. Avalanche are starting to turn it around, so good win there. Hurricanes, Yeah, this is another fairly comfortable one. They beat the Flames 4-2, something like that. Yeah, they were leading by a goal or two for most of this game, so I was never really sweating this one. And the Sharks, of course, mentioned that one. They were getting rolled 3-0 early on in the first period, and then I don't know, the Kings just sat on their lead, and it was never really in doubt. I mean, the Sharks made kind of a push at the end, but no, it was never in doubt. The Sharks really suck. I think that if you're going to bet a point total, the Sharks under, I think, is still the best bet on the board. There's still 6 to 1.5 out there, so that's something to pay attention to.
All right, for myself, yeah, I also had the Wild. That was one of my wins, plus 125. Yeah, that was against the Lightning there. Got outshot, but still won that one 4-2. I had the Rangers minus 150 head-to-head against Joel's Panthers. Panthers scored in the first minute, I want to say, then had another one shortly after, so went up 2-0. Never looked back there. I think Bob passed Lundqvist for some sort of thing, or like quickest to like 400 wins or something like that. There was something going on there, which is cool for him against the Rangers. I had the Devils minus 155 against the Red Wings on the road. Outshot them 40-20 apparently, but lost 5-3.
Red Wings are such fucking frauds, man. I watched a lot of this game as well. I mean, again, we're talking about the Red Wings later, so I'm not going to bring it up now. But
had the Jets minus 130. They stayed undefeated with an overtime winner there. And then I had the Kings on the puck line, got cucked there with a minute left. And then the Avalanche, minus 135 there. Anderson almost putting up a shutout, you said there. Is there a chance he takes over the net? Like, is he worth?
He already has. He started both last games. Georgiev is in the doghouse. And we got a Capo Kakinen coming in. So Georgiev might be sent down to the Colorado Eagles or something.
Like, do you think, I mean, it probably, what do you think his odds are for the Vezina? Do you think he has a chance for that?
Anderson?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
he's like 24 years old.
Yeah, but looking at his, like, I didn't realize third round pick. I thought he was like not like a washed up backup, but I thought he only had backup potential. Like last year, as a backup, 928 in the NHL, 908 in the AHL. Like, I don't know, he could rack up the wins, and it's 300 to 1. So put $1 on it. Put $1 on it.
I'm saving that dollar for I don't know, can't even buy fucking coffee with $1 for laundry.
All right, yeah, there you go. So yeah, I was 3-3, as I said. I am now 13 and 15, down 110.77 puck bucks. Joel is 14 and 16, down 68.53 puck bucks. So he taking the lead in this one. Although I'm sure you're not happy about being in the negative, but gotta keep going here. Keep going for this big 14 game slate on Saturday. But did you have anything you wanted to get into or mention before we do that?
Well, Vegas does it again. Shea Theodore, excellent contract there. 7 years. What was it? 7-something million. Ridiculously good. Tax-free state, of course. Great GM, of course. And yeah, that's a great player. He'll be locked up till he's 36. So he'll still got a lot of good years left in him. He's playing awesome. His best hockey of his life the past couple of years. So yeah, another win for the Golden Knights with that contract. Yeah,
Shea Theodore, I think, is severely underrated. He's been a rock on their blue line, so good for them to lock him up. And then today, Alexis Lafreniere got locked up to I think a 7-year deal with like a 7.6 AAV, 7.45 AAV, 7-year deal. He's a point per game player right now, 4 goals, 3 assists in 7 games, had 57 points last year. So first overall pick might finally be breaking out here.
Yeah, it's a decent deal too. You never know. You could turn into like the next the Jack Hughes contract. Probably not as good. Lafreniere should be better by now, but still, that's a pretty solid deal.
Yeah, he's settling in there on the. I think he's playing on the top line, so good for the Rangers, unfortunately. All right, then, ready to get into this 14 game slate for Saturday, October 26th.
Yes, sir.
All right, kicking things off here in Philadelphia. We have the Minnesota Wild at the Philadelphia Flyers. Game itself is at the Farg. Flyers are plus 120. Wild are minus 142. Totals at 6. Under is favored at minus 125 with the over at plus 105 here. I don't understand this line whatsoever. The Flyers have not done anything to show that they should only be plus 120, and the Wild have done a lot to show that they should be more than minus 142 favorites here. I mean, Gustafson's been great. Marc-Andre Fleury got the win last time out against Tampa. Is a long road trip for the Wild, so maybe they're going to grow wary, but it hasn't stopped them. I mean, more than 2-goal wins against St. Louis, Columbus, Florida, and Tampa. Flyers have all their past 4 losses by at least 2. They're now 1-5-1. Only all 5 of those regulation losses are by 2. So maybe even wild puck line plus 185 could be in play here. I'm down on the Flyers right now, so love the Wild at minus 142. I got a minus 130 earlier. That does appear to still be out there at MGM if you are watching live, but I'd still take them here minus 142. For the total, probably not going to play it because the Flyers could give up a bunch, but I would take the under if I had to.
No argument there. You mentioned the long road trip here for the Wild, and the Flyers are a desperate team, so you expect a good effort. So yeah, my line is minus 138 for the Wild. So yeah, minus 142 is a little bit high, but honestly, it should be higher, I think. We'll see in a couple weeks where the Wild are rated and the Flyers are rated. Is Cam York going to play? Because I saw he missed practice today.
Yeah, Cam York apparently took a hard hit into the boards late in the third period and didn't return. He missed practice. Travis Konechny also missed practice. They're both day-to-day, probably game-time decisions. I know Konechny's taken a few hard hits. He missed portions of one game. So if either of those guys are out, definitely because Cam York, I think, he's probably the Flyers' number 1 defenseman right now. Konechny's their best player, if you're not counting beach golf, but still probably the best player overall. So if either of those guys are out, definitely hop on the Wild even more.
Right, yeah. I have nothing else really, just the Wild here, and the I guess the under is correlated with the Wild because of how they play, although I don't trust the Flyers goaltending, so that minus 1.5 might be a good look as well.
Yeah. All right, going down to the 1:00 time slot again. We have the Detroit Red Wings at the Buffalo Sabres. Game is in Buffalo. Sabres are minus 148. Red Wings are plus 124. Total is at 6.5, over minus 105, with the under minus 115. Joel, take it away.
Sabres getting bet, as they should be, because smart people realize that the Red Wings are utter frauds. Their wins have been, I don't think they were the better team in any of their wins. And I mean, even that win against Nashville, the shots were fairly even, I guess, but the Predators had the better chances. I remember one ridiculously lucky save by Line, and the puck hit the knob of his stick. Like, that's the shit that's happening to the Red Wings right now, and they're getting like the worst performance out of Markstrom. He misses an easy shot from Patrick Kane. People are saying, "Oh, Patrick Kane, he still got it." No, he shot right at his fucking gut, and he just missed it. Like, not even a screen at all. Yeah, so that was the game-winning goal for the Red Wings there. And yeah, like you said before, the Devils doubled them in shots. They were the better team by far. They had all the pressure, and yeah, they got some good goaltending. They give it a lot of luck, a lot of posts, and I think eventually this luck's going to run out here for the Red Wings, just like it did last year. So give me the Sabres, even though this number's climbed. My number is only minus 125, but still, I quite like the Sabres here to get the job done. They're still a better team. And I think that they're on the rise now. Ever since that fight between Dahlin and Krebs, the Sabres have been doing well. Maybe they can get another Robert Bortuzzo situation from the Blues, and the Sabres just go on and win the whole fucking thing. We'll see. Yeah, there's been another scrum, actually. We could talk about that in the Canucks matchup. But yeah, this one, Sabres, give me that one. And the over kind of appealing, but I got no plan. I haven't bet many totals so far this year. I can't get a good read on them. But yeah, right now I would stay away from the total, but definitely the Sabres money line I think is still in play.
Yeah, like you look at the Red Wings, they've won 3 in a row, but looking deeper, they got outshot 40-20, 30-11, and 39-24 for a quick math total of 109-55. And
they won all 3 games.
They won all 3 games. They won 3 in a row. They have the second lowest expected goals for percent in the league, 41.52. Only the Montreal Canadiens are lower than them, and they're way down there here. So, yeah, Buffalo, they had the tough start to the year over in Europe against the Devils. Devils were looking good, but, since coming home, they lost that first one, but 3-1-1 since then. Their only regulation loss was on a back-to-back with travel here. So, yeah, I think at home here should be able to get the job done. Minus 148 is a pretty good look. I'm not sure what the best available is right now. Minus 137. If If you're out there at FanDuel, probably even better. So yeah, like the Sabres here as home favorites in the afternoon. If I had to take a total, probably the under. No real strong feeling either way on the total here. All right, before we go down to the next game, we are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all sports: NFL, MLB, MMA, NASCAR, NHL, and more. Boost Ober is upon us, which means you're getting a spooky amount of profit boost and much more. And with NBA tipping off, every NBA Pick'em entry through the 27th will be boosted. That's Sunday. So sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. Going down to another afternoon game. It's 4 o'clock. We have the Utah Yotes plus 124 at the Los Angeles Kings, minus 148. Total is at 6, under at minus 120, over at plus 100 here. I'm liking the Kings in this one. Liking them a lot. I got a minus 150 earlier, minus 148 here, 2 cents better. Every cent matters. So shop around there. Utah has not been the same since those injuries to Dursey and Marino. Started out 3-0. Since then, they're 1-3-1. Kings kind of the opposite. Had a tough start, lost their first 3 out of the first 4, but now have won 3 out of their past 4. Finally back at home, scratched out the win in the home opener against the Sharks. So I see them doing that again here at home after that long road trip to start the season. They're the second best expected goals 4% in the league, behind only the Hurricanes. And Utah is right there in the middle of the pack. So really like the Kings here, minus 150. I think that's worth playing. For the total, can't really get a read either way. Utah's not scoring much, and the Kings seem content to play their trap style hockey based on their 3-2 win over San Jose. So might take the under here, but only bet so far is on the Kings.
Yeah, the injuries are definitely a big reason why the hockey club have been struggling to score. Dursey is an important guy in terms of moving the puck up the ice, of course, and does work on the power play as well. Goaltending has been hit and miss. Then the Kings, meanwhile, have been involved in a bunch of crazy games. But I guess that's what you expect when you start off with like a 6-7 game road trip. Then they get involved in that Sharks game. They looked really good the first period for their home opener. My line is only minus 130, so I can't really make an argument here for the Kings. But I don't think that I've downgraded the Coyotes enough here. But I should be doing more work on that. And I'm still not super high on the Kings. So that explains my number. I can't trust it right now. I think that this line is probably accurate, but yeah, I got nothing right now. But actually for a total, you can find better numbers here, but at the under 6, I think is decent. You mentioned the trap style hockey the Kings play. The Coyotes have not a lot of offense right now. They're struggling to generate chances, and the chances they do get, they're not converting. They hit a couple posts against the Avalanche, but still they were not really active in the offensive zone of the Avalanche. So the under 6, I think, would be my best play for this one.
All right, going down to the night slate here at 7 p.m. We have the Anaheim Ducks at plus 250 at the New York Rangers minus 310. Rangers puck line is minus 115. Ducks puck line is minus 105. The total is at 6, over at minus 120 with the under at plus 100 here. This is the one total here that I bet on this one. Took the under here, under 6 at even money. Anaheim's gone under or pushed in 5 out of their 6 games. Dostal has been great in net without Gibson there due to the appendix surgery there. Shesterkin obviously has been great as the Vezina favorite, or one of the favorites. Haven't checked the odds recently. See a low scoring game here, under 6 plus 100. And if I had to take a side, sprinkle the Ducks plus 250, maybe a puck line plus 1.5. You can find an even money or better out there. I mean, I think the Ducks could be a sneaky team. 3-2-1 so far. Wins against
the Sharks twice.
Two against San Jose and 1 against Utah. So maybe not. But the Rangers looking good. Tough loss last game against the Panthers. So just the under here for me.
Do not hate that under. I know the Rangers have been involved in some high-scoring games, but like you said, Shesterkin. Actually, you know what? I should look at the games on Sunday before we continue to make sure. The Red Wings play Sunday, so that's interesting as for the goaltending. Canadiens, Flyers. Oh, the Ducks play Sunday too, so we could get a different goalie in here for this one. Big look at spot to the Jersey Devils. So those are the back-to-back teams. Montreal, and Philly too. So a few teams playing on a back-to-back for Sunday, so bear that in mind when considering which goalie is going to be playing on Saturday. Yeah, for this one, I guess I'll back up your under, but I don't have a feeling either for the side here. I mean, my line is minus 270, but the Rangers looked really good. They got beat by the Stanley Cup champions, but the Panthers, they own the Rangers, so I'm not too concerned about that. This is a good spot for the Rangers to bounce back. So I don't know, if I had to play it, I would do the minus 1.5, thinking that the Ducks they can't score and the Rangers clearly can, and we might get the Gibson, who is right now the inferior goalie in Orange County. So
no, it's James Reimer. Gibson is still out.
Oh, okay, so that's even better. James Reimer. So if it's him, definitely like the Rangers a little bit more, although I would back off the under a little bit too. The Rangers here, minus 1.5. And the under would be the looks at this point in time.
All right, going down to the 7 p.m. time slot. Again, we have the Winnipeg Jets minus 142 at the Calgary Flames plus 120. Total is at 6. Both the over and under are at minus 110. Joel, what do you got for this Canadian matchup?
I see what you did there. You took the first shot in the last 2 games in a row.
I forgot last game.
Once I up for the Flames.
Once I said I liked the under, I was like, I realized it was back to back. I was like, whatever. I'll just finish it out here.
I like my theory better. Fuck the Flames. They almost did it to me again. The Hurricanes, they're leading comfortably, and the Flames score a late goal. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna do it again. And then thankfully the Hurricanes put them in bed with an empty net goal, but. Yeah, this is a fraudulent team. I mean, their underlying numbers aren't bad, and they are playing pretty hard. They're playing well. They're getting great goaltending. Like Dustin Wolf has shot down the odds board in terms of the Calder Trophy, and Vladar has been decent as well. But the Jets are on fucking fire. They start every year hot, seemingly. But you know what I like to see? I like to see Cole Perfetti more. And you know what this new coach is doing? He's playing fucking Cole Perfetti. And he's been absolutely destroying people. He's an elite talent, and he's getting finally his proper ice time. I think he's playing power play minutes 2 finally. So yeah, the Jets are a wagon, and they should be much bigger favorites right now. They are a playoff team. The Flames are not. And yeah, I mean the Jets have been involved in a few overtime wins. Whatever, they got a little bit lucky, but still, they have been the better team in almost every game they've played. So I'll back them to do so again at a relatively cheap price. My line is minus 147, so even here at minus 142, there's a little bit of value. So I like the Jets quite a bit. The total, I think the under 6 would be the look, because the Flames are getting good goaltending. The Jets, they're still playing the old bonus kind of system, not quite so structured, I guess, but they're still involved in these lower scoring games. And Hellebuyck, of course, is a boss. So the under 6 would be my play for the total if I had to play it. But the best bet definitely is the Jets money line.
Yeah, I agree with you on both there. I do think the under 6 would be a stronger play for me at minus 110, provided that it is Hellebuyck versus Dustin Wolf. Wolf has a 936 save percentage I saw. Hellebuyck 940, so it could be very low scoring. I know Winnipeg scored a bit recently, but I could see a lower scoring battle here between the Flames and the Jets. But yeah, I have to go with the Jets at minus 142 if you're playing a side here. 7-0. I mean, 3 of those wins have been on the road in Edmonton, St. Louis, and Seattle. And the Flames are finally starting to come back down to earth. Lost 2 of their past 3 games. Only win wasn't a shootout when they got outshot by 13. Got outshot 10 last game. Obviously, that was against Carolina, so maybe some inflation there. But either way, Winnipeg, like you said, just a much better team. So minus 142 here would be the play, along with the under 6 minus 110. I'm wondering, what do you think the win streak to start the year would have to be for like Scott Arniel to get serious Jack Adams consideration?
They have to win the President's Trophy, I think. I mean, he's a new coach. That always helps. But they almost won the division last year. They're a playoff team. People are expecting them to be a playoff team. So there's going to be other candidates people like even the Wild weren't a playoff team last year, and John Hines, I think, would be a much better bet. In fact, that's one of my bets. And even Ryan Huska for the Flames at his numbers a better bet than Scott Arniel, especially now that he's been bet down so much. Because if the Flames miraculously make the playoffs, he's definitely getting in the mix there. And he's I know it's a worse number now, but still better than Scott Arniel, because it's just really hard to win when you're expected to do well. And you have to be put up almost like a Boston kind of season in order to get it. Or there just has to be no surprise teams. And there's always one or two surprise teams make the playoffs. So yeah, I would stay away from that, especially now at this depressed price.
What is he down to now? I was trying to find the odds.
11-1, 12-1.
Really? Okay. No, never mind. Definitely not. Okay, going down to 7 p.m. again. We have the Washington Capitals at plus 136 at the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 162. Total set at 6 with the over heavily favored minus 130. The under is at plus 110 here. I don't know if this is just me watching the Capitals spank my Flyers twice here, but I think the Caps are live dogs at plus 136. They're 5-1 so far this season. Only loss was in their first game against the Devils, and they beat Vegas, Dallas, at the Devils, and then the home and home with the Flyers. Both Lindgren and Logan Thompson have looked decent in that. Thompson less so, but I imagine it would be Lindgren here for the Caps. And the Lightning have been just very, very up and down. You know, they have a few good wins, Devils, Vancouver, Vegas, Carolina, but just lost to Minnesota, Toronto, Ottawa here. So the Caps are, live dogs here, plus 136. So I would play this one for the total. Probably go with the over if you have to, but over 6 at minus 130 is just way too juiced. So under 6 at plus 110, probably I don't really like that either. So pass on the total, but give me the Caps here on the road.
Right, yeah, I've had to upgrade the Capitals quite a bit. They're actually playing good hockey. They're not total frauds like the Red Wings. They're actually winning these games justifiably. And they're getting they're more cohesive now than they were last year. I guess Spencer Carberry's got them playing a better way. They got some more talent. Even Pierre-Luc Dubois has found a new life there in Washington, the capital. So yeah, my line is only minus 144 here for the Lightning. So I'm definitely swaying to the Capitals side here, but I can't back them just yet. I'm not a believer just yet in the Capitals, but the Lightning coming off a loss. They had a bad loss to Toronto. They had a win in between. I think they beat the Devils, I want to say. Or was it the... Well, let me look this up quickly.
It was the Devils. Devils, 8-5.
Oh, yeah, that game. Yes. That sucked too. But, yeah, Lightning haven't been playing great. Vasilevsky had a great start to the season, like first 2 or 3 games. But ever since then, he's just kind of fallen off. So I can't trust the Lightning either. So I guess I would look the Capitals' way here, if anything, for a side. And I guess that would correlate with the under, the way the Capitals are playing. But the Lightning defense has not been great, so I can see them drawing them into a shootout here. So I guess if I had to play the total, I would do the over 6. But this game is probably not one I'm betting unless one of these lines go haywire.
All right. Well, if you want to bet this, you can bet at BetUS. Bet with the best in the business. BetUS. BetUS has been around for more than 30 years. Easily deposit using cryptocurrency and get lightning fast payouts. BetUS is live with Trick or Treat on Horror Street from now until Halloween. BetUS will be offering daily promos, a raffle entry to win a sports or casino prize pack that they will give away on Halloween. You can enter multiple times. Every $200 deposit gets 1 entry. So go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betus. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betus. Promo code SGPN. And of course, make sure you check out Rhythm, the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predicting betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, and props. You can build your own model, copy a top-performing model, or they can build one for you with their stats, research, and trend analysis to give you even more betting insights. So claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, going down to 7 p.m. time slot again. We have the St. Louis Blues minus 125 at the Montreal Canadiens plus 105. Total is at 6. Both the over and under paying off about minus 110 here. Back to you, Jolie.
Right. Yeah. The Canadians have been disappointing. The Blues have been disappointing for me because we're heavy on their under stuff and been betting against them every time. But they've been playing a lot better now this season. We'll give them credit. And the Canadians, I think they got like the worst defense in the East right now. They have totally regressed in that way. I hear they're looking for a stopgap for a right-hand D-man because right now those guys are not getting the job done. Arbor Zakai is coming back in the lineup for this one. We'll see about that. But the Blues are coming off of a big win against the Leafs. Blues are still filled with a bunch of prairie boys. That means a lot to them. And then they go to Montreal, who are kind of desperate to get this season going because there were some expectations for this team to play better this year. So they can't just, settle for another tank year. So I think the Canadians will come up firing. But the number is I only have minus 118 for the Blues. So it's not really any bet there, but yeah, I want the Habs to win, so I'll be cheering for them, but I can't bet them at this low number because I think the Blues have a lot more upside than the Canadians do right now. So this is a deflated price, I think. So if it might even go higher, I think it will go higher, the Blues here. So if anything, I would look towards the Blues, but for myself, I'm just going to be cheering for the Canadians. The total's interesting. The way the Canadians are playing. Cole Caulfield, though, he's off to hell of a start. I think he's second, third in the league in goals right now. He's got a ton of them anyway. And yeah, the over 6, I think, would be the look. Blues goaltending hasn't been great. Their defense has been fine, but they are scoring more goals this year. So I think we could see a lot of goals here in Montreal. So over 6 would be the play.
Yeah, I really got nothing for this game. I'm not betting it. You probably really shouldn't be watching it. I can't imagine this is the Hockey Night in Canada game, given the big matchup in Toronto with Boston. There.
No, there's always multiple. They got multiple channels. They got all the Canadian teams on
whatever.
TV.
Whatever. but if it's not the main one, do they care as much? Is it just Saturday night? If they play Saturday night, it's a big deal.
There's one on CBC.
Is it regional or is it like per channel?
No, they're all nationalized. All national.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we have multiple national networks here, Ryan.
Wait, you don't just have it on ESPN, who is just trying to like actively kill the sport? must be nice there. But yeah, I really have nothing for this one. But I do have a bonus bet look ahead on Sunday night. It's going to be Canadians at Flyers. Flyers are either going to start Ivan Fedotov, who has been awful. There's also some whispers that they could call up Alexei Kolosov to make his first NHL start in that one. And it's going to be Montembeault on Saturday for the Canadians. So it'll be Caden Primo on Sunday. So love the over in the Flyers-Canadians game on Sunday. Probably take the Flyers there as well, depending on the line. That's not out yet. But just a look ahead there. And yeah, big win for St. Louis on Thursday night in Toronto. Craig Berube going against his former team. The Leafs couldn't get up for that one for some reason. But yeah, this is a complete pass game for me. If I had to play anything, it would be the over 6 just because Montreal, their defense is not looking good. All right, down to the 7 p.m. time slot. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs at the Boston Bruins. Bruins are minus 115. Maple Leafs are minus 105. Total is set at 6. Both the over and the under are around minus 110 here. This is obviously a huge matchup anytime these two teams meet up. Toronto-Boston, one of the biggest rivalries in hockey here in sports. And both teams coming off a few straight losses. Boston hasn't really looked like themselves this season. They've lost 3 in a row, scoring just 3 goals in that span. Only wins before that was at Colorado when Georgiev was in net there. 5-3 win with 2 power play goals. Toronto, two bad losses, as minus 188 against the Blue Jackets, minus 226 against the Blues, both 4-goal losses there. So I can't really back either side here. This is going to be a game. Maybe look out for some live betting. Could see this going back and forth. Maybe look to sprinkle a draw. Two of their 3 games in the playoffs went to overtime, but so did their meeting last December in Toronto. Not much here. Just it's probably a pass game for me. Maybe do something here where it's been popular on Twitter. People like parlaying 2 guys on the top line to get a point. So whether it's Matthews, Marner, Pasternak, whoever he's playing with to get to pretty good odds. Maybe look at that for this game. But I'm just maybe look for a live bet. I'm not betting this one right now.
Big surprise. The Islanders play a hockey game. The hockey game goes to overtime. You and I are against each other on this one. I got Devils. You have the Islanders. So may the best team win, I guess. Yeah, for this one though, the both desperate teams. The Leafs, they were celebrating like they're going to win the cup after that 5-1 demolition of the Lightning, and then they get destroyed and embarrassed by the Blue Jackets. They get destroyed and embarrassed by Craig Berube's old team, St. Louis. And now all of a sudden the Leafs fans are throwing jerseys on the ice. Did you see that? They already
I didn't see that. That's good. That's good.
4-4.
Took 8 games. Took 8 games. Not even under 500.
Definitely cast the under on the first jersey throw on the ice and the 6. I think the Leafs are the better team. I have them as -1 and 2 favorites here. You can find them at plus money in certain places, so the number would tell you to back the Leafs. But you know what? What we know about these teams, that the Bruins dominate the Leafs historically, and they are in desperate need of a win after a few losses in a row. And Montgomery seemingly possibly on the hot seat. We'll see. Like, he's getting pissed off at his team. Even Brad Marchand, his captain, who handled it brilliantly, by the way. It's all about accountability. It's part of that Bruins culture we all admire. So yeah, I think the situation favors the Bruins. So I can't take the Leafs. I would bet the Bruins, if anything, just going off of history and the desperation involved. And I think that they are the more desperate team here. So yeah, give me the Bruins and the under 6. I think it's pretty good because Stolarz should be back in net after missing the last 2 games, not through injury, just back-to-back, and then the return of Joseph Wall, and he was not good there against the Blues. So yeah, give me and the Bruins. Yeah, they need Swayman to get better because they need to stop more than 2 goals from going in the net because they can't score right now. So yeah, give me the Bruins. Give me the under 6. You know what, this might have changed because they played a game since then, but I heard a stat that the Bruins' 4th line led the league in collective plus minus with like 8-0. They were 8-0 when they were on the ice. The 4th line, like, that's just fucking Bruins for you. The next highest was like 5 or 6 nothing. So yeah, that's just how they roll. But yeah, Bruins and under for me.
Yeah, that Montgomery Marchand.
Fucking Islanders. God damn it. There we go.
Yeah, that thing, like, I heard about it on 32 Thoughts. Like, Elliot Friedman brought it up. He wondered if there was going to be like pushback or punishment from Montgomery because he made contact with Marchand. And then I watched it and I was like, that's it. Like, he yelled at him. He gave him like a tiny shove, like on his back, just like pat. And then, yeah, Marchand handled it perfectly. He said it's unfortunate how coaches are scrutinized over things like that. There's a lack of unaccountability nowadays because people can't handle the heat. You make a mistake like that, you deserve to hear about it. Exactly. Perfectly handled there. There shouldn't really be any more there. But yeah, Montgomery potentially on the hot seat. I mean, I've seen Coach Q, Gerard Gallant, and Woodcroft as the 3 guys, kind of not for Boston specifically, but like thrown out there as the 3 best guys available. So we'll see if they end up going anywhere in season. All right, down to 7:30 here. We have the Florida Panthers -120 at those New York Islanders +100. Game itself is on Long Island. Total is set at 6. Under is paying off -115 with the over at -105. Jolie, what do you got for this one?
Well, this line I think is pretty silly. I know we're probably not going to get Barkov back. I'm pretty certain he's not going to play this game, but still, Islanders are playing tonight with Sorokin in net, so we'll get the weaker goalie in net for New York. And the Panthers, they're on a roll. They're winning the division right now, and they're playing great hockey. And they're playing with spirit, the same kind of attitude and force that they had in the playoffs, and nothing hasn't carried over from that. So, yeah, Panthers just far better team here. Islanders on a back-to-back. Love this spot for Florida. Yeah, I honestly don't understand. Like, is Kachuk out again with a mysterious whatever procedure he had? But no, he's back and playing. So yeah, I love the Panthers here. This line will grow and grow. So yeah, give me the Panthers. Lean to the under 6, or sway to the under 6, I should say. But Bobrovsky is off to a terrible start so far. So that's a little bit worrying. And of course, we'll have Varlamov in net for the Islanders. And the Islanders actually are generating quite a few expected goals, but of course, they don't have quite the talent to put them away. So yeah, I think the under 6 would be the play, but definitely the strongest bet for me is the Panthers.
Yeah, love the Panthers here. Considered making this my first like 2+ unit bet of the season. Probably won't do that just because I might get screwed here. But yeah, I got a minus 125 earlier. It somehow moved down to minus 120 since then. Not much more to add there. Florida just a much better team. Islanders on the back-to-back with the backup goalie in net. Florida has been in New York. They played the Rangers on Thursday, so they've been waiting around there for the Islanders while Islanders were home tonight, but still, I mean, they're going to back-to-back there, worst goalie. So love the Panthers here, minus 120. And yeah, total, both of these teams have been more to the over than the under this season, but I would go with the under here if I had to take a total. All right, going down to 8 p.m., we have the Chicago Blackhawks plus 275 at the Dallas Stars, minus 345. Stars puck line is minus 130. Blackhawks puck line plus 110. Total is at 6, over at minus 115, under at minus 105. Another back-to-back here. Chicago is currently up 2-0 now on the Predators. Connor Bedard with his second goal of the season there. Apparently they're playing pretty well. So, but yeah, Stars here, minus 345. Stars have been great to start the season, 6-2. Good win in Boston last time out. Coming back home here. I think they've pretty much dominated the season series against Chicago in the past 10 games, 8-2. They lost last meeting, but heavily outshot them 44-17 last season. So yeah, Stars puck line, maybe minus 130 if I had to bet this game. Maybe do another thing with the point parlays for the Stars because they should easily take this one. Maybe a race to 4, maybe a team total option here. But bet Dallas whatever way you seem fit.
Yeah, I mean, the back-to-back certainly hurts, but I only have the Stars at minus 251. The Blackhawks are a feisty team. They've been competitive in most of their games. Their power play is getting better, special teams getting better. They're not quite as impotent as they were in the first game of the season or all of last year for the most part. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to take the Blackhawks here, but maybe this line climbs high enough for you just hold your nose and bet them. But yeah, I just can't do the Stars here. I mean, well, actually, I did bet the minus 1.5 here at like minus 110 or something. But yeah, it's I can't do it now. Like Blackhawks, okay, maybe this the potential victory over the Predators is swaying me a little bit more now. But yeah, the line is just I think just too high to do the Stars. So yeah, I would say wait and see where this line goes. If it gets to $3 for the Blackhawks, put a few bucks on it. The other 6,
it's $2.90 right now.
Okay.
$2.90 at FanDuel.
It's getting there. I need a little higher though. I need at least a 3 before I put my hard-earned money behind the Blackhawks against the Stars on a back-to-back. Yeah, the under 6. Think who's in net for the Blackhawks? Do you know?
It's Mrazek tonight, so it should be Soderblom tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that scares me away from the under. Yeah, the Stars have been playing really good defense. Yeah, this one is tough. I mean, the whole bet the Blackhawks if it gets to a really crazy number. That's the only thing I got right now. Yeah, for the total though, I got the under 6. I guess would be the only thing I can see. Maybe like the Blackhawks just stun the Stars with some great defense, a random performance from Soderblom, and they pull out like a 3-2 win. I don't know, but that's how I'm reading this game right now. Just wait and see where this line goes and take the Blackhawks if it gets high enough.
Yeah, it's worth noting this is the second back-to-back of the Blackhawks season. Their first one, they were at Winnipeg, 2-1 overtime loss, and then at Edmonton, 5-2 win. So they're capable of winning or getting points in back-to-back games. So yeah, maybe if it gets plus 300, plus 320, definitely throw a few bucks, but yeah, it'll be tough. All right, going down to the 8 o'clock time slot again. Another big favorite here, Nashville Predators at home, minus 250. Blue Jackets on the road, plus 205. Total at 6.5, under at minus 115, over at minus 105. Joel, what do you got here?
Yeah, of course, the Predators are the team the Blackhawks are currently playing on their first leg of the back-to-back. And they're, like somebody says in the chat, when do we take the Preds out back and put them down? Biggest disappointment so far, yeah. losing as minus 180 favorites here to the Blackhawks is not ideal. They're still getting used to new personnel there. They have a brand new second line with Stamkos, Marchessault breaking in, and Brady Shea in the back end. So yeah, and they're trying to get more offense going, and it's not worked at all because they're not scoring. They're still playing decent defense. Saros has been mid, I guess, so far. I mean, he was coming off that injury, so we can give him some leeway. But yeah, the Predators, I don't think they deserve to be minus 250 here, especially not under back-to-back. And the Blue Jackets, they've been feisty. They've been fighting. They got some spirit there. Of course, with the tragedy in the summer and the certain injuries, you'd think that would demoralize the team, but they've shown that that's not the case. It's the other way around, in fact. And they've come out with all kinds of spirit, goodwill. So the Blue Jackets here are let me see what my line is. Pure power ratings. Oh, okay. It's minus 203 for the Preds. So even from the number, I think the Blue Jackets are the side here. Even given the back-to-back too. Like, is Saros playing for the Predators right now? Yeah.
Saros. Yeah.
So it'll be what's his name? Not
Wedgwood.
Langton. He's in Vancouver. Wedgwood, right? One of the Woods. Yeah, the Blue Jackets here would be the side. And the other 6.5, I think, is decent. The Blue Jackets haven't been as bad defensively as they were last year, or last few years, really. And the Predators, like I said, just can't score. So I think that's correlated to Blue Jackets and the under.
Yeah, completely agree. I bet the Blue Jackets plus 205, still there now. So I would recommend that here. Predators on the back-to-back, maybe coming off a loss tonight. They're extra motivated on Saturday at home against the Blue Jackets, but Blue Jackets have been solid so far this year. 3-3, 5-1 against the spread. So they've had a few 1-goal losses in there to Florida and Minnesota, two pretty good teams there as well. Their other loss was to Minnesota. So their 3 losses are 2 to Minnesota, 1 to Florida, 2 of the best teams in the league so far. So got to take them here on the road, plus 205. Would expect this number to maybe come down with Nashville on the back-to-back, but I'd play Blue Jackets plus 190, maybe not plus 180, but like plus 190, plus 200. Definitely throw half unit on there, depending on your confidence. Columbus looking good. Not good for our Columbus worst record bets, but there's a lot of hockey to be played here.
Sharks are going to run away with that one if this keeps up.
Yeah.
They are the worst team by far.
All right, going down to the 10 p.m. time slot. Speaking of those Sharks, Sharks at plus 280 in Vegas. Golden Knights minus 355. Golden Knights puck line minus 148. Total is at 6. Under at minus 118 with the over at minus 102 here. Another huge favorite here that coming off had to come back in the third period. Scored 3 goals late to tie it and then cover the puck line against the Senators on Friday at home. That was an early-ish start for them. Some reason 6 p.m. East time, so 3 p.m. Local. But yeah, I can't take a puck line minus 148. Sharks have played some tough games, 3-2 against the Kings, 3-1 against the Ducks. So if anything, Sharks plus 1.5. Wait till close to game time and take that, because right now it's plus 124. That could even get higher here. And then for the total, Vegas gone over 7 out of 8 games here, back-to-back 6. Pass on the total. Pretty much pass on this game in general, but if anything, sprinkle the Sharks puck line.
I can't argue with that. I mean, the Golden Knights just came off an emotional comeback, another third period magical comeback against the Senators. They were losing 5-4 with 3.5 minutes left to go, and they end up winning 6-5, or was it 7? No, it was 4-3, and then it was 6-4 in the end for the Knights.
Mm-hmm.
So emotional win there. So it could be a little bit of a letdown, but if there's a team to be let down against, it's the Sharks. So you don't have to get up for this team right now, the way that they're playing. They got no offense. They got no defense. Well, worst defense, really. And their goaltending is, well below average. Not the worst, but well below average. Sharks have nothing going for them right now. So, I mean, the line says that. Minus 355 this early in the season tells you that much. I think it's the biggest line so far this season. And the Golden Knights have been, they're undefeated at home now, right? And they've been dominating teams. They almost lost to the Sens today, but other than that, they've been killing teams at home, struggling on the road. So, I got nothing. I can't argue with you, but I can't exactly present an argument for you either. So I can't back you up. I can't argue against you.
No.
So we're staying away from that. I mean, the under 6. I know it's a nice game. They get involved in all these high scoring games, but it's the Sharks and their offense is impotent at best. So the under 6, maybe like a 4-1 Knights win, something like that, or just the Sharks team total under. But that's going to be juiced to hell, under 2.5. So I got nothing for this one. Going to be watching. What time is this at? I don't know what's going on late night.
Yeah, the Canucks game at 10 too.
Oh yeah, of course. The Canucks, Penguins, which we're about to get to. So yeah, let's just fuck off of that one.
Yeah. Before that, we got the Carolina Hurricanes minus 162 at the Seattle Kraken plus 136. Total is at 6. Over at even money, under at minus 120 here. Kraken had a good start to the year. They won 4 out of their first 5 games. Only loss was in Dallas on a back-to-back, and that was 2-0. Or at least, I guess, lost to the Blues before that, but still 4-3-1 now. But back-to-back losses to Colorado and Winnipeg. Carolina just doing Carolina things, winning 4 out of 5, including 3 out of 4 on this road trip. Got the Kraken, then at Vancouver to close out the road trip. I think minus 162 is a bit much for the Hurricanes. Listeners know I'm a fan of the Hurricanes. I like betting on them, but I can't get to this number here. I think Seattle has been probably as good as their record shows, which is 500, and at home 2-2-1. Carolina 3-1 on the road. This is not a game I'm going to be betting, but if I had to bet it, I guess the under 6 at minus 120. Hurricanes have gone under in 5 of their 6 games, so could see that winning out here.
Yeah, I love this. I love this game. Cracking all the way here, baby. I only have the Hurricanes as minus 117 favorites. I've upgraded the Kraken quite a bit, and apparently the market has not caught on just yet. This team are likely going to be a playoff team. I think I like what I'm seeing. I'm going to bet some of their the point total when I find a good line there tonight. It's around 87.5. I was looking earlier, but I didn't really shop around. But I'm definitely going to be betting that. And this is a game I'll be betting them as well with the Hurricanes. In this road trip, 2 wins so far in Alberta. Now going down to Seattle, who are coming off that disappointing loss to the Jets, and they were equal. They stood toe to toe with the Jets in that one, and they're getting some good goaltending. I know Joey Decord was awful on that overtime goal for the Jets, but otherwise he's been solid, and Grubauer has been solid as well. So I'm not worried about the Kraken goaltending like we have been a couple of years ago, certainly. And so yeah, I love the Kraken. I just can't get to this number at all. Like I said, minus 117 for the Hurricanes for me, so it's plus 136. I'll take that all day long. And yeah, I'll totally back you up with the under as well, even though, the Bilesma system has been instituted. Kraken are getting more involved in these higher scoring games. But that said, the Hurricanes are still going to put like 100 shots on net, and then they're going to save 98 of them. So give me the under 6, and more importantly, give me the Kraken money line.
Kraken are plus 180 to make the playoffs, but just looking at that division, the Flames are going to fall off, but Vegas and the Kings are both looking good. Vancouver's going to make the playoffs. You got Edmonton's going to bounce back. Think you just get 3 Central teams, or who do you think is going to fall out?
Oh, got to have 4 Central teams. I mean, the Predators might be quickly digging their own grave here early on. If they lose first 5 of 6 games. Yeah, we got the Canucks, Oilers, Knights, Kraken. And then the Kings, I think, fall out. I think the Kraken will finish ahead of the Kings. And
I can buy that, yeah.
Yeah, for the West looks strong as fuck now thinking about it, because you got the Wild, Avalanche. They're turning around. The Jets, of course, and the Stars. So, yeah, there's going to be some good teams missing out in the West. Like, certainly better than the fucking shit in the East. Like, there's going to be some bad teams making the playoffs in the East at this rate. Like, the West is the best at this point.
Yeah, so far. All right, going down to the final game on the docket, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 150 at the Vancouver Canucks minus 180. Total is at 6.5, overpaying off minus 120 with the under at plus 100. Jolie, close us out here.
You see the total for today's game against the Oilers? It's already a 7. There was a 7 today.
There was a 7. Did not see that.
7. first 7 of the season. And that's because the Penguins cannot defend for shit. They can't goaltend for shit. They sent Tristan Jarry back to Pittsburgh because he's so bad. Joel Blomqvist has actually been okay, I guess, but considering expectations in Nedeljkovic, I guess they're high on him still. But goaltending is an issue for the Penguins. Defense is an issue. Scoring, they've been all right. They've been putting up goals here and there. But I think the over 6.5 here. I want to know who's starting in net for the Penguins tonight. Is it Blomqvist?
It's Blomqvist, so it should be Ned tomorrow.
I like that better because Blomqvist has been the better goalie. So the over 6.5 here, quite like that, even though the Canucks are a strong defensive team and they can't score on the power play. But I think that against this weak Penguins defense, they'll find their way. And I like the Canucks win this game comfortably. We've got the Penguins on the back-to-back and coming down from Edmonton, not exactly the shortest trip. And the Canucks are rolling right now. I know it's they've been on that 4-game road trip, but they've been home since Tuesday, right? I don't think they played Wednesday. They played on Tuesday against the Blackhawks. Yeah. So they've been home for a bit. They've been practicing and they've been fighting with JT Miller and Elias Pettersson getting a bit of a heated scrum.
That's spicy. That's spicy.
Yeah. Shout out to Thomas Trance. Maybe that inspires the team. Like we're talking about the Sabres and what was the other team that had a fight in the or was it just the Sabres?
In Boston too.
I mentioned Bertuzzi. Oh yeah, Boston. Right. Yeah. Okay. So give me the Canucks here. Hopefully Petey gets going. Elliot Friedman was saying that there's a directive from Canucks management to the leadership among the players to like kind of just get him going, and maybe this is an example of that. Anyway, that was very interesting on 32 thoughts, but hopefully it works out and Petey gets going because right now he's not going, and they need him to start producing. He doesn't have a goal yet this season, just a few points altogether, and he's getting paid like one of the best players in the league. So hopefully he gets going. But back on the Canucks here, you can do regulation for a cheaper price, and the over 6.5. I think we'll see some goals late at night in Vancouver.
Yeah, I agree with all that, but I think I might just go with the Canucks team total over 3.5. I think I saw -140 out there, race to 4 goals in regulation at +110 if you want to go with that, just because Lankinen's been good. I could see Lankinen only giving up a goal or two, maybe even a shutout. Penguins right now are tied with the Oilers early in the second period, getting outshot 25 though, so they're not really getting much going against Edmonton, who does not have good defense, and Vancouver has better defense than Edmonton. So could see like a 4-2 type of win, maybe even a 4-1 win here for Vancouver. So going to look that way. Regulation +130. That's probably better than the team total because I don't think the Penguins going to be able to force overtime here on the back-to-back going from Edmonton to Vancouver. So Vancouver team total, Vancouver regulation, Vancouver race to 4, something like that here. They're looking better, and Pittsburgh is a complete mess. So love the Canucks here in this one. Just not on the money line. Just get that odds down somehow for this one. All right, that's the 14-game slate for Saturday, October 26th. Let's get into our puck buck bets now. I got mine here ready to go. I'll start us off then. Going with the Wild, -142 against my Flyers for 28.4 puck bucks. I think they're much better. Well, yeah, to win.
Numerology.
To win 20. I do to win 20 puck bucks when it's a favorite. And then when it's an underdog, I just put 20 puck bucks.
Okay, fair enough.
Doing that for now until I get things figured out more. Same thing for the Kings, -148 at home against Utah. Just Utah's injuries have been a bit much for them. Taking the Capitals +136 against the Lightning. Been a better team so far, so like that underdog price. Going with the Ducks, Rangers under 6 at even money. Really hoping it's Shesterkin versus Dostal, but I think either way, that's a solid look. Panthers -120 for 24 puck bucks against the Islanders. Islanders on a back-to-back, so love the Cats there. And then 20 puck bucks on the Blue Jackets, +205. We got the Predators on a back-to-back who are now down, or it was 3-0. I guess the goal got taken off the board. So either way, Blue Jackets +205.
All right, I will join you on the Minnesota Wild minus 142. 25 bucks. Let's go with the Coyotes Kings under 6 minus 120. 25 bucks. Let's go with the Boston Bruins minus 115. Just 20 bucks. What else we got here? We got the Winnipeg Jets minus 142. Let's do 35 bucks.
Big boys.
Another big one. Florida Panthers minus 130. 35 bucks.
How much? 35?
Yeah.
Is that minus 130 now? Oh, all right.
Minus 130.
It was minus 120. That's what I had down. So I'm putting minus 130 now. It changed 10 cents in the past 20 minutes.
They listen to the show. They're moving lines here, buddy. Minus 130 is still good.
Yeah,
still great. Really, it's still going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 more. I think we go with the Seattle Kraken plus 136. 20 bucks.
Okay.
And finally I got to find the regulation price. Can you got the site pulled up
for Canucks? It was minus 130.
Okay, 25 bucks on that. We're done. Gonna be broke after they lose.
All right, let me fill out. Well, it's filled out. Let me share the screen here for the YouTube listeners. You got any football action this weekend? How's things looking there?
Pretty light slate for me. A lot of big favorites in the NFL. And we got a big LSU game. We're going against fucking the Cult, Texas ATM. That's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be we got the Seahawks. Hope they take down the Bills. Niners, I bet them against the Cowboys. Sunday Night Football. But yeah, we got some bets. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's bets. Puck bets are now on the screen for the YouTube listeners. I got Minnesota. I have Minnesota, the Kings, Washington, Ducks, Rangers under 6, Florida, and the Blue Jackets. Joel has Minnesota, Utah, LA under 6, Boston, Winnipeg, Florida, Seattle, and then Vancouver regulation. If you want to hear those prices, go back and listen. I'm not listing them off again. All right, Joel. Anything else here before we close it out?
No, sir.
All right. Preds got one back, 2-1 game now. So hopefully they can turn things around maybe there. All right. Make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Hit us up on Twitter at HockeySGPN if you're looking to get involved. Discord, sg.pn/Discord. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
I'm Joel Meyer. You find me cheering for these fucking Yankees. Hopefully they can get the job. Every fucking accent I try turns into Australian. I can't do the Bronx accent, okay? Let's go Yanks.
Forget about it.
See
ya.